So dear students, we are starting our practical distinguish between mixture and compound. So first of all, we have to take small amount of sulfur powder by a spatula and transfer into a beaker. And into the same beaker, we have to add some amount of iron fillings by using the spatula and stir it well. Okay, we have to mark it as mixture A and take some amount of this mixture into a china dish, and we have to heat it strongly, and we have to observe what changes are going on. Okay, now we can see that a black mass obtained in the china dish, and we have to cool it, and after that we have to make powder of this black mass. Actually, this is the compound formed by the action between the sulfur and iron fillings, and we have to take this compound in the another beaker and mark it as black mass B, and we have to test it. The first test on the basis of appearance. That means we have to take small amount of mixture A and black mass B in two different watch glass, and we have to mix it. The first one, we can see that iron fillings and sulfur powder differently. But in the second one, black mass, if you are stirring it well, there is no change. There is no sulfur or iron fillings. It is a compound. The next one is behavior towards the magnet. For this, we have to take that mixture A and black mass B in different watch glasses, and we have to take a magnet. And the first one, we have to place the magnet over the mixture A. And you can see that the iron fillings attracted towards the magnet. That means here iron fillings shows its property. But if you are placing this magnet above the mixture B, that is black mass B, we cannot see any particles attracted there. Okay, so that is a compound. The next one, behavior towards carbon disulfide. It's a liquid. So first of all, we have to take some amount of mixture A in a test tube, and to this test tube we have to add carbon disulfide, some drops of carbon disulfide, and we have to stir it well. And after some time we can see first that sulfur will dissolve, and after some time we can see that sulfur retain there. That means here sulfur shows its own property. But if you are taking this black mass in a test tube, and if you are adding this carbon disulfide, here sulfur cannot shows its property, because sulfur loses its property when it become a compound. So there is no change in the test tube 2. And the next one, we have to check action on heat. Here, first of all, we have to take the mixture A in a china dish, and we have to heat it. Already we know that what will happen. Okay, yes, when we are heating this one, what will happen? A black color, a black mass we will obtain. That means that iron fillings and sulfur react each other and form a compound. Okay. And the next one, we have to take that black mass B and we have to heat it. Can you see any change there? No, because it's already heated and they form a compound there. Okay, so we cannot see any change. And the next one, effect of heating with dilute HCl. Here we have to take mixture A in a test tube, some amount of mixture A in a test tube, and we have to add dilute HCl. After that, we have to connect or fit this one to another test tube by a tube, okay, bending tube, and after we have to heat it. And now we can see that bubbles are forming. That means a gas is formed there. That gas we can collect to the another test tube by the tube, and we have to place a burning matchstick at the mouth of the test tube, and we can see that it burns with a pop sound. Okay, that pop sound indicates the gas is hydrogen. And the next one, here we have to take this black mass B in a test tube. The same way, add 2 or 3 drops of dilute HCl, and the same procedure we can continue here also. Okay, and heat it. Here we can see that a gas is formed there. That gas we have to pass to the another test tube containing copper sulfate. Then heat it. And here we can see that bubbles are forming. That means a gas is produced there. That gas passed through the bending tube and reaches to the copper sulfate, and it reacts with the copper sulfate and form a black precipitate.